boats up, so we do have alignment.
Once again, the start for the women's double about to begin shortly.
I think they've started.
It appears that they have indeed.
They're off. I see splashing. We have a start.
Bit of backsplash here coming out of the, I believe that's the CYC boat, or is that the, that's the PCRA boat actually. Bit of backsplash there. They're not quite lifting their oars up high enough, or not. They're not feathering quickly enough, rather. However, they seem to have corrected for that now and are moving their way down the course at a quite quick speed here. All boats, very close start here. No really strong leaders off the start.
You unstrap your outside foot and then you put it over the oar and then you flash it on. Are you actually gonna do that? That's a race plan. We're gonna do the snake drill too. Oh, you hear race plan? You hear race plan?
It appears now that the Tempe juniors, I believe, have pulled into a slight lead. However, it appears that CYC is not willing to let them have that lead for much longer, trying to pull themselves ahead and into the lead here.
They all look very close.
Without a doubt, yeah.
At least the top three, it looks like Park City is trailing by just a little. But not, at this point, not that much that they couldn't get back in this race in a heartbeat.
Without a doubt.
We're almost at the opening, so I think that they're going through the opening, which will give them a little bit of a cross turn, not bad.
Approaching at about 850 meters left to go. It appears actually that Casitas might be starting to get a little bit of a lead here over the rest of the field. However, none of the other teams seem to be willing to give that up very quickly. CYC as well.
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
You're right, that's CYC, my apologies. But it also appears that the outside, CYC and Casitas, seem to have a bit of an early lead off the start here. We'll have to see how long they can hold that for.
Yeah, it looks like CYC is now starting to get separation.
Yeah, they look like they're starting to get a little bit of open water here. We'll see if they'll be able to hold it as we approach 500 meters left to go.
Yeah, I saw the rope. I saw them all go like, we have to beat one of them. We beat it, they're going to beat it.
So yeah, as we approach the remaining 500 meters left to go, CYC, Casitas, the two teams vying for that guaranteed entry into the final here. However, it's hard to tell for sure. Any of the boats could pull themselves up back in these 5 remaining meters, but
CYC seems to have it very handily.
They do indeed. They seem to have.
Casitas seems to be second, which is very important because the second place boat, depending on how fast the seed is,
exactly,
that would make quite the difference.
So we'll have to see when the finish is finally actually determined whether or not they'll actually be able to move on to that final here.
Correct.
However, CYC is absolutely dominating this race here. Looks like they've got at least 2, maybe even 3 boats open water here. Plenty of space for them. They're pulling in it. Actually,
it doesn't look like they're rowing a high rate.
No, it doesn't indeed.
But they're very efficient.
They look like they're coming in at about 24. Let me check that again. That seems very slow. Yeah, they're coming in at about 25 strokes per minute, but honestly, with such a commanding lead, they don't really need to put too much of a high stroke rate, and it looks like they've got a lot of power behind each of those strokes.
It does. I mean, they're really sending the boat forwards in each stroke.
Yes, without a doubt.
And they're not challenged by Casitas in
not
the lead.
At all.
But Casitas doesn't appear to be pulling that fast either.
They seem to be coming in at about a 30, starting to powering it up as these last 250 meters start. Trying to get themselves accelerated. They're in at about now a coming into almost a 37 now as they begin to accelerate their rate, trying to push themselves forward into the lead. But by the looks of it, CYC will indeed be the ones moving on to the final. And I'm hearing now that I believe they're actually starting the next heat here.
Well, we were a little delayed, so.
Yeah, they are. They are starting the next heat. For this heat, it will be in lane 2 or lane 1, Xavier. Lane 2, Tempe Juniors. Lane 3, Marina. Lane 4, ART. Is that Arizona? I believe that's Arizona.
No, that's Artemis.
Artemis, thank you.
Artemis.
Lane 5, Cathedral, and in lane 6, CYC. Once again, CYC moving on to the final from that previous heat. So now,
And they're off.
yeah, heat 2 is on its way. They started before the previous race had even finished. But these doubles, they move quick enough that they'll be able to finish in time before the next race catches up with them here.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like we have a little bit of contention